in this one, how about we investigate facing the Classical Sicilian? And if you compare this to the previous video when we looked at the Shawinigan, you should definitely see some thematic overlap and structural overlap. Very important, you get the picture in your mind of where you're going in the middle game. Well, first the opening, of course. Get the picture in the opening, and then get that plan in the middle game. That's what's needed. So let's go ahead and see the picturesque Classical Sicilian is characterized by that move knight c6. And again, we've got the Harmon move 6 bishop c4. So let's look at some branches here. First, if bishop d7, a solid enough move, bishop b3, no problems with the b, bishop e3, starting to get to our picture. We don't want to move the queen too quickly because we could have to deal with some knight g4. We want our bishops in the open position, so that's why we play f3, not to secure the e-pawn, but to prevent black's knight from coming to g4. So e6, queen d2, g4 starts the attack like we've seen in the previous videos, g5 continuing, f4, and we know what to do once we get to this type of position. We're looking for breakthroughs. f5 begins the breakthrough, and clearly black's not going queenside. He's got to stay in the middle and be attacked, or go to the king side and be attacked. Either way, we're having fun because black's being attacked. Next up, we'll take a look at the more popular queen b6. And I remember this was one of Spassky's favorite variations. So after queen b6, let's go with the Harmon move, the most aggressive move in the position, knight d to b5. You go, well, what does that do? Well, with the knight on this aggressive square, if they try to kick us away, in between move bishop e3, that's where the bishop needs to go anyway. And then our knight simply comes back to d4, f3 again for the same reasons as before, cementing that e-pawn, but preventing the f-knight from coming to g4. And after bishop e7, queen d2, no discoveries, bishop is solid on b3, we long castle, and again, what's the plan after we get our picture? Go after him on the king side, g4, starting our attack. Hopefully you're starting to see, okay, structure, plan, aggression. Everybody likes aggression. So let's come to our main line and the main event game. 6 bishop c4, we have e6. And after bishop e3, no f3 needed in this one, queen e2. And much like against the Shawinigan, we've gotten the same style structure. You should know what to do by now. What's our picture? g4, starting this big attack. Takes. I like taking with the rook. Rook may be flexible to do some nasty things. Bishop is doing a job. The bishop on e3 is the best X I can see, pointing on both sides of the board. So black must get counterplay here with b5, and we're going to continue our attack. g5 bothering that knight. Rook g1 for the support, the assist. Rook g3. Very nice move, looking to swing over at the right moment to cause some issues. Bishop b7. You got to watch out. Queen h5 is a big threat here. This needs to be answered. g6 happens, and how are we going to break through? We don't have a knight on d4, but let's see. Are we supposed to be playing on the queen side? No, we're safe. We don't want to push the pawns in front of the king. Are we supposed to be playing in the center? No, that's definitely black's territory. He's stronger there. We need to press the attack and rip open the king. Can we push the h-pawn? No. Must be the f-pawn then. f4, looking to break through. We will not be denied. Knight c5, f5. Seems like this is coming up again and again across the variations. Take note, my aggressive 1e4 players. Knight takes b3, e takes f5, and queen f2. Looking to go queen h4 at this right moment in order to place even more pressure. b4, can't stop, won't stop. No passive defensive moves here. Knight d5. And don't take with the pawn, because that would prevent the rook from being active. Rook takes d5, very strong. No time for black to capture on e4. Queen c6, rook d4, bothering the b pawn. E takes f5. We're still looking for our breakthrough. And I love this. Finally, queen h4. Now, you definitely don't want to be grabbing that rook on d4. That's going to end in disaster for you. So, best defensive try for black here, h5. En passant. Now, king h7. At least we can use white's pawn as cover. And why do you not want to take this rook now? Queen f7, that's why. And check, and that is just pain. That's why you don't want to do that. So queen f2, rook f8. Keep the tension, keep the attack. You still don't want to take on d4 for the same reasons. So black defends that square. And let's just simply keep this tension. And our main goal here with white is to get to the open black king. So queen g2, bothering that rook on f1, king c1, and now we've got a hideaway on a2. Nothing to worry about as we are getting ready to finish things off. Queen f7 is a big threat again. No trades, no thank you. Continuing to press. Rook takes f5. White will not be denied. Check. Check. Love this forcing continuation. Getting the queen to move so we can get that important d pawn. And now the queen and bishop are monsters working together here. And this is going to force the ending. The best black can do is defend the b. All the trades happen. And while black is worried about the h-pawn, we're going to have a breakthrough on the opposite wing. And it's going to be a girl when a pawn makes it to the other side of the board. And this is a game by Aronian Grishuk from 2018. But again, we have our ideal picture structure that we also saw in the Scheveningen. Get your picture in your head. Get your plan. The breakthrough happens. Fling the pawns on the king side. Play that uncompromising, aggressive attacking chess. Just like Beth Harmon from the Queen's Gambit.